Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a bit of a long, feels like a long time since we've seen each other. I don't think I streamed Friday, so it's been a little while. Um, ah, I'm back in my base. It's, that's as basic as it gets. I mean, look at the stream title. Um, we're just, okay, is there a reason why it's still showing me as offline on my stream on Twitch, though? It seems like that's a bit of an issue. Let's reload the page, see if that makes a difference. Okay, now it's showing. Okay, we're good. We're all good now. I'm going to pause the preview on Restream. Good to go. All right. So what we're doing today is we're going to be working on getting this whole area cleared. Basically everything that is not my base needs to be leveled because one of the things that's keeping me from progressing with my base is just the grind of having all this stuff in the way. It's just genuinely frustrating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be leveling this whole thing, gathering up the materials, adding in whatever is necessary to flatten this out. And then once we've done that, it should be really easy for me to continue on. So just so you guys understand, what my plan is with this base is this whole area and this whole area are going to be filled with just different farms that are all going to feed into my storage area. You guys have seen my storage area. I'm not going to go show it off right now. So this whole area, this half of the city is just going to be farms that feed that. I already have farms lining these two areas, and they are extremely profitable. I'd like them to be a little bit more profitable, though. I like the bamboo farm doesn't give quite as much bamboo as I want. The sugarcane farm, honestly, I don't use much sugarcane, but as soon as we have elytra, I'm going to be using a ton of it. So I'll need more of that. The only other thing that I'm really that's not producing as much as it could is my potatoes. And that's, you don't really need potatoes. I have carrots, and carrots can be turned into golden carrots. Potatoes really can be cooked, but they're still not as good. So I don't really care on that. I want to increase the capability of this bamboo farm. So basically, this bamboo farm, all it does is feed the smelter, because I eventually want to completely switch away from lava fuel, which is what I'm using now. And right now I have more pumpkins and melons than I could ever use, so I'm good with that. And then I have a villager breeder. Let me go show you the issue with the villager breeder, which is one of the reasons why this whole project has become an issue. How do I get back without falling in a hole? True answer is you can't. Anyway, so the biggest issue that I have is that I have an absolute overload of villagers right now. And so when I say overload, I mean there are probably at least 2 dozen villagers here, and more are being made way faster than I can think of a way to use them. And so what I want to do is I want to just build a building, put a workstation. Ugh. And the problem is they also get stuck down here, so they don't come up out of the hole unless you smack them. So there's just so many of them. There we go. That's all the adult ones. Anyway, this is how many villagers I have to deal with. This is a little bit extreme. Let's see if I can figure out where the exit is. It's getting out the exit, that's the problem. Okay. Luckily they're moving enough. But if we look closely, maybe I can get a count. They're overlapping enough that I don't think I can get an accurate count. And then those three are the babies down there. Anyway, I have a lot of villagers, and my hope is now that I have this whole area kind of pacified, I think there's one more shrieker up here somewhere. So what I want to do is I want to level this whole area and turn it into houses and shops. And so what the shops will be for is I will have one building um that has the smithing station and all that kind of stuff, where the villagers will, come. There will be 2 or 3 villagers that live there, that have beds there, that kind of stuff. There will be like a little apartment above it, and when I go there, I can trade with the smelters, the smithy, or I can trade with the, whatever. You get the point. But we need to level this whole area before we can do that. And as you can see, I made a little bit of I did not ask for there to be cats here. I did not. Now, what I did ask for is the chickens. I just randomly grabbed eggs and just started chucking them all over the place. And so now I have chickens. Oh, that was 2 eggs. But yeah, now I have... Oh, and there's a baby chicken. Think I have 3 chickens now? There's 1 elsewhere. Yep, 1 down here. And there's an egg down there too, I think. Yep, there's an egg down there too. So I have 3 chickens. Because I really want this place to have some life to it. I really want this place to feel like a real location. Is he upstairs? Is someone backing up in the parking lot? Oh, nobody. No, somebody's fire alarm is going off. Well, if water starts spraying on stream, you'll know why. Anyway, so he's probably up there behind the gubbins. So we're going to go back to work. The nice thing about this is because we're clearing a lot of sculk too, I use that to keep my tools topped up, so I don't have to go running around to try to get stuff. I just keep, you know, using my mending and destroying a bunch of sculk, which I need to do anyway. So yeah, there's... Oh, was there something in my inventory? In my hand there, or was it just empty? It's weird to just have an empty hand. All right, so we've already gathered some stuff. Most of the stuff has gone back into the storing system, but I started these 2 chests just a little bit ago just to start having a place to put things. My sorting system is already maxed out on gray wool, so I really have no idea what I'm going to do with all that. But we're going to go ahead and just work on getting this all cleared out. That's going to be the whole content of this stream, is just me clearing all the structures out of this ancient city. And what this will also do is it'll guarantee that there's no more shriekers, there's no more sensors, there's no more catalysts, at least not in the city proper. There are still, like, there's deep dark. All of this is considered deep dark all the way around here. And then I have another whole city over here, which I started to clear. You can see this whole area is cleared. I say whole area as if it's large at all, but I've cleared that area. I'm thinking I want to get some music on, but I don't know where I could get music that's not, that's 1, that's ad-free, and 2, that wouldn't just have ads playing every 2 seconds, because I have Spotify Premium, and even that has ads like crazy, which is, I think, kind of ridiculous, especially like if you're paying for it, you shouldn't have that happen. Oh, and I need to fill in all of those lava pits. This whole area is basically just going to be flat. It's going to look kind of weird, especially since I've been in this area for so long, and it's been, you know, the ancient city in 90% of this area. But I'm going to clear. I think I can probably clear all of this in the next 3 hours. In the remainder of the stream, I think I can clear all of that. Because my next stream tomorrow, I would like to start building some houses and some shops. And so what we're going to do is we're going to continue the pattern of this path here. Actually, I think I'm going to simplify it for like the main roads, because getting that amount of weeping obsidian is very difficult. And honestly, it's not difficult. It's just time consuming, because you have to trade with piglins to get it, typically. Either that or just get really lucky. And so it's really hard to have it in any quantity. Anyway, so as far as... So I actually just got like an HBO Max subscription because I wanted to watch Doctor Who, and so they said... So I looked online and I looked up, where can I watch Doctor Who? And they said, you can watch it on well, they said BBC, and then it's like, oh, well, you're not located in the UK, so you can't watch it. I'm like, okay, fine. That's a little bit discriminatory. That's fine. Okay. So I looked it up again. They said it's on they said it's on Netflix. I'm like, I have an account on Netflix, and I'm pretty sure it's not. So I looked, not there. And then I was wondering, okay, well, where else might it have it? Because it's a pretty popular show, at least in the UK. I know there's a few people who watch it here in the US. I talked to a guy at work who does. And so I was like, okay, so it has to be somewhere. So where else could it be? And then the next thing is like, oh, well, it's on HBO. So I got a subscription to HBO, and it's not there. But it also has Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and a bunch of other really cool movies. And so I just like shrugged, and I guess I'm watching. Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. So since Saturday, I have been on an absolute Lord of the Rings Harry Potter binge. I've gotten through the extended versions of all of the Hobbit movies and all of the Lord of the Rings movies, and on top of that, I've also gotten through all of the through the first three of Harry Potter, and gotten about halfway through the fourth one. So yeah, I'm in the middle of Goblet of Fire right now. I'm just nerding out so hard this week. Well, this weekend, let's be honest. It only started Saturday. And this all started because I wanted to watch Doctor Who and I couldn't find a place to watch it. This is gonna take me a hot minute. One thing that I've noticed a few things. It's about like, when you read something really, something really quickly, or you watch or you consume a lot of a specific topic very and very fast, or you just immerse yourself in it for a long period of time. You really, it's hard to explain, but like you see things differently. The beginning and the end aren't very far apart, so you kind of see the steps in between a little bit more clearly. And that's what I experienced with Lord of the Rings, but so I'm seeing like a lot of because I watched from The Hobbit all the way to the end of Lord of the Rings, and I think it was less than 24 hours doing all 6 extended edition movies. And it's funny how, The Hobbit was written more as like well, my brother said it was supposed to be more of like a kid's book when it was written. And it's just hard to believe that, because the movie presented it as such a dark fantasy almost. I don't think Tolkien intended originally Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to be so dark, but I guess there's no real way around it when the context is so dark. Why do I feel like there's a hair tickling my ear? I just cut my hair, so I'm gonna have to go through and nip a few long hairs. I'm thinking there's one long hair left around my ear somewhere. So yes, I cut my hair, I trimmed my beard, and well, yeah, that's pretty much all I did. That's all the self-care I really am able to do. I mean, I haven't exercised yet today. I guess I could do that. Come on, there we go. Now, if you guys ever want to get like an endless supply of deep slate and gray wool, Ancient City. Just go to the Ancient City. Ignore everything else. Just go to the Ancient City. It's freaking chock full. Every type of deep slate you could ever want. Polished deep slate, cracked brick deep slate, normal just regular deep slate from being on the ground. There's everything. They like, if you were to give an award out for the variety of materials used, you could give it out for whoever built the Ancient City. Which I'm assuming it was a collaborative effort, so that would be a few awards. So make it out of copper or something like that, so it's not, taxing on Mojang to pass out the awards. Or maybe they could gold plate it. Okay. This is like you can already tell where the flat portions are. You can see where my lights are, and then you can see like there's that little drop down there. That's tough, but it's also an area. So that's tough, and then there like right next to it is an area where it's like slightly depressed. I don't mean depressed in the traditional sense. Just an update for all of you. I am currently working on getting everything cleaned up and packed up so I can make the move to Missouri. That is something that's going to be happening here in the next 2 weeks. I plan to leave the weekend of the 2nd, so that I will be able to be down there for the beginning of the week. I have a job interview on that Monday. So if I am not streaming that Monday night, it's because I'm working on getting everything set up. But I do plan on maintaining my stream schedule. I plan on um, being packed up, everything except for my computer on Friday night, streaming Friday night, and then I'm thinking about either because I want to pack my bed. So I'm thinking about either I will have my um I'm thinking of potentially leaving Friday night, and then just sleeping in because I'm gonna have to stop for the night at some point anyway. So if I could get a few hours in on the road Friday night and then drive all day Friday, I could be in Missouri on Sunday and be able to spend Sunday resting and getting ready for Monday when I'll have my job interview and be able to do my stream and all that stuff. So that'll be that's really the only decision remaining to me at this point. So that is something that I will be thinking about. That's not something I've really discussed with my family. They would probably advise me to sleep through the night, but uh, I'm in a position where I want to just get going. Like if I could leave tonight, I would. Um, but there's just too much to do, and I already promised my previous employer that I would stay up until the end of the next 2 weeks. So I'm kind of just stuck in a holding pattern until I can actually get going. Which anybody who's ever moved can probably understand the feeling of I want to move on, but I have to wait until the right time. I'm not really good at the waiting thing. I need to go grab my axe so I can just get rid of those wood blocks easily. It's such a small amount. Like that's the one thing that really is frustrating about getting rid of the ancient city is the variety of materials, because then you have the stone, the wood, and the wool. So you're constantly having to switch tools to clear everything. And then and then there's the skulk, which the skulk needs a hoe, the wool needs the shears, the wood needs an axe, and then the normal stone just takes a pickaxe. But it's just so frustrating. I know it. Life is so difficult. I appreciate you understanding, Adresteia. I appreciate it because you weren't being sarcastic there at all. Mm, delicious. I'm actually working on building another mob grinder. I'm trying to hopefully one that's more efficient. And so if I ever get back to it, and once I actually get that done, I would be more than happy to donate my bone blocks. If you still need them by that point, who knows when I'll actually get back to it. I'm making another one just because the one that I have at base right now is constantly just. No, it'll be a new server by the time I'm done. Oh, jeez, I'm chucking my bread. Why negative 54? Very cool. I'm gonna have to come down and just see your mines, because if your mines are anything like the rest of what you built, I feel like it's gonna be like like caffeinated level mines at this point. Oh gosh, dang it. Yeah, I'm not surprised that it looks good, honestly. Like you have shown like an aptitude for like the decoration and building that I would expect from somebody who's been playing for a lot longer. Like in some ways I feel like I'm not at your level, and I at least played, I at least had several years under my belt before I stopped playing, you know. Not trying to like, pat you on the back a bunch, but at the same time, like, just trying to tell the truth. Like, you're a very good builder. Pale oak against cobbled deep slates. Been pretty with blue wooden front. Okay, I'll have to come. I will have to come take a look, because I I can see it in my head, but I can't like truly envision it. I'm more visual. Yeah, well, I mean, I've only been playing back and playing for. I mean, I only really started playing Minecraft again maybe a month after me and my wife separated. So it's only been like 4 months since I've been back. I feel like I progressed decently far, but I'm one of those people where I have to see that it's possible before I can do it. So now that I've seen kind of the builds that are possible, that now I can do some of it. But before, I never put myself in this kind of situation to see those kinds of things. So I just never. When you say sim game, do you mean like The Sims or just a simulation game? Because I would agree kind of on both. Honestly, I wish that there was a way that we could have villagers that were as complex as The Sims, like the Microsoft game, the Xbox game Sims. Yes, that is the game I'm talking about. Yeah. So I remember when me and my wife were together, she would play Sims on her Xbox sometimes when I would be sleeping. Um, yeah. I'm wondering if she's gone and killed all my Sims off yet. And I wonder how, like, I'm actually like morbidly curious like how she killed off my Sims. Not that I really need to know, but like it's just something funny to think about. Oh, you like that? Yeah, I like it. except for I like to look at it from the inside. I don't know if I necessarily like it from the outside as much, which is why I really don't have. Oh, you're talking about that? Okay. Yeah, it's the skulk is really cool for like that starry effect. I really do like it. I'd love to try to put that somewhere else. It's like it's more of a deep space kind of starry, not a, Milky Way kind of starry. I feel like there's a difference there, if you know what I mean. The only thing I wish, like, because it seems to go in waves. Like if you're watching it, it seems like the sparkles kind of go in waves. I wish each one of the individual like little spots of light would like flash at just different times. I wish it was more random. And then it would feel less like an organic creature. Like, I mean, because it's technically supposed to be like some sort of growth, like a fungus of some kind. I don't know if that's like what it's supposed to be, like an actual fungus, or if it's supposed to be something else, but it is some sort of growth. I did see someone make like this was I think like a Hermitcraft video or whatever, where they did like multiple layers of glass and had end rods between them, and it made it look like a star, like a starry night. Last of Us MC edition. I never played Last of Us, so I don't remember what that game's about. It's got fungus in it. Is that the whole reason I need to watch it? Because that's fungus? I did see I did see somebody do like build Among Us, like that game in it, and that looked like fun. I would love to play Among Us in Minecraft. I think that would be a lot of fun. I've never played it outside of Minecraft, but I know, yeah, I know it's different. It's just that came to mind because it's a similar name. All right, I need to get up here somehow. There we go. Oh, and I fell down the other side. Cool. Cool. It's like a jumping puzzle, but not a game. It's just not a game within a game, I mean. Oh, when I built a dungeon for Doc, I got bored Saturday night, and so I spent the whole night. I spent till like 4 a.m. building a dungeon for Doc. I'll have to go show that on stream at some point. I won't be able to show the inside because um, I want it to be a surprise for everybody. But I did make a dungeon, and I think he's gonna like it. I think he's gonna have fun with it. There we go. Did none of them go in the lava? I didn't hear any of them go in lava. Time to go upstairs. Okay, we'll see you in 30 minutes. Like, seriously, though, you have a very tall tower. How much longer until you're able to build a honey thing up all the way up? Honey elevator. Negative 64. I think so. At least very close to that. My base usually sits at negative 54, And I know that when I was digging underneath my storage room, when it was below this, that it came like right on top of the bedrock. So that sounds about right. Google is usually correct, although I asked Google where I could watch Doctor Who, and it told me like that I could watch it on Netflix, and then it was wrong, and then it told me I could watch it on HBO, and then it was wrong. So I trust but verify. I mean, you're already at negative 54. I mean, that's you're at my level right now. If I were to dig straight over to your base, I'd see you there. Yeah, the phrase trust but verify has become my call sign when dealing with Google. Are you like directly south of me? No, you're not directly south. You're 10.6 kilometers away from me. I have no idea how many blocks that is, but we can totally connect our bases. Oh, gosh dang it. Honestly, you're more dwarven than I am. You dig lots of holes. And I'm a big fan of dwarven culture. Of course, the fake dwarven culture that doesn't really exist, but big fan. I have found that I really enjoy just going mining. I mean, even if it's just to get. I thought I heard a second one. Even if it's just to get ore, like I'll just go down there and just fill up my inventory and an ender chest full of ore, and then come back. But like over here, I just ran these tunnels all the way down. I just started doing that just last night. I just started digging just in a straight line. And then just ran another one next to it when I got done with the first one. Basically just kept going until I filled up my inventory with ore. Yeah, I haven't done a traditional mine. I've mostly just done like I'll go down, find a bunch of caves, and then spelunk for an hour or two until I have what I need, and then go back up. Like I haven't done like because I used to back when I used to play Minecraft, I would make a room and then branch, do a branch off of that, like every space like 2 blocks apart. I'd do a bunch of different tunnels with little cutouts out of them to get all the ore, and that was what I did. Now I don't do that anymore. Not typically anyway. I just spelunk. That's a verb. It is now. What am I planning to visit? I didn't have a plan to visit yet. I didn't know if you wanted me to visit or not. Um, I guess I could take a break and come by and see the progress if you'd like. And on the way, I can show off my dungeon really quick. I won't be able to show the inside, but I can at least show the outside. Oh, and I also need to show off my, what is it? The tunnel that I made, because Robert blocked off. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and start heading over. I can show off my dungeon after. I don't want you to be held up because I know you're probably pretty tired. Okay, so... Oh, there's gold over there. That's what that is. Okay. You have two bridges now? Or is this the one that's, like, further to the south? Because I knew of the one that went directly between your base and the outer ring. Um, between your OG base and your outer ring. And then I know there's one that's like kind of further out. Okay. I think I know which one you're talking about. Because if I'm thinking about it now, I think that you have three of them. I don't know why I brought all this stuff with me. Yeah, I'll throw some frog lights in there. Alright. Emptied my chest. All good now. Where's my boat? Oh, my boat's already at the portal. He's like shot me up out of the water. Anyway, so Robert made it so we couldn't see his use his tunnel anymore. So I decked out mine and Garrett's tunnel. This is kind of ridiculous looking, honestly. I just had a bunch of gold and diamond left. So yeah. It's just like he went through, he got his all prettied up, and he's like, no public access, other brothers. I'm like, okay, if we're the other brothers, then boom. Yes, I'm a show off. I never pretended otherwise, and I won't start now. Saw people swim in lava entering his, so no. Really? That's not good. I'm gonna have to go check it out. Maybe I'll have to bring a water bucket and douse his stuff. The other tunnel should go straight to John's place. So yes. It should be his basement portal. Oh, your access to the nether is just so proper looking. Ouch. Oh, I almost jumped into the villager pen. So this is what you consider to be your small bridge. Don't trip, they multiply. Okay, got it. Okay. So it's like Oh. I thought you shut the door behind me, but no, it was a pressure plate. Nice little villager house. Are the so? How many villager houses do you have now? Are each of these squares going to be either a shop or a villager house? 3 of them so far. Okay, so green, purple, and then the OG one is blue. Okay, cool. Oh wait, no, the original wasn't blue. It was white. Okay, I thought I remember the interior being blue. Maybe that's what I'm... The interior has some blue, but it is not a blue interior. Okay, I understand. Okay. Well, very cool either way. I haven't gone in to look at the purple one, though. I'm going to go look at that really quick, and then we'll check out the dye shop. You know what? I think the purple ones really got it made. I mean, they got a double couch, a double bed. I mean, got a little shrine to whatever's in this photo. I'm kidding. It's not a shrine. I'm just joking, but it still looks good. I like how each one has like a color palette. That's what I was thinking. Like, I'd live here. And then you got the dye shop up and running. Very cool. Okay, very basic, very simple, but it sells the dyes. Okay. Which ones am I missing? I might have the diamonds on me regardless, but I'm wondering which ones I'm missing. I have most like the reds and the blues and some of the purples. That's about it. Had to shut the door. Just following you along. Okay, we're starting out at 60. 100 more blocks to go. Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen the sorter for... Oh, yeah, I've seen the golem sorter, and I've seen the sorter for the mob grinder. Unless you've added another one, I think I've seen everything. I'm just wondering how long it's going to take for the golems to get through all of the materials that you've gathered just from clearing all of this out. This is insane. That's the same problem I'm having. Like if it were possible to sort the bows out easily, which I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I just haven't figured it out yet, then I would just incinerate them like right off because you can't smelt them. You can't. I mean, you can enchant them together. You can like combine them in an enchanting table or whatever. I'm sorry, in anvil. I've made some pretty high-powered bows doing that, but most of the time you can just do it with other stuff. You do it once, you usually don't need to do it again. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do at ours. I want to the reason I want to build a new one is because I want to build in the infrastructure to have everything sorted out properly and smelted and combined and crafted and all that stuff, and then incinerated. I hear zombies. The danger zone. Yep, I can hear it. Flying to the danger zone. I probably got the words wrong. Negative 49. Negative 54. That's cool looking. I like the use of the trapdoor and the shelves. You've done really good with making these little arches. And it looks like it should be carved out of marble, but I can tell it's wood. You know, that's really cool. And now I see what you're saying about the contrast of the blue versus the white. That's cool. Okay. Just so you can have different spaces. Are you gonna make like one into a storage room and the other ones into mines, or all of the mines? I do too. I don't see him on my mini map though. I see a zombie. Go back up this way. Maybe we won't. I cannot locate this slime. I don't see him on my mini map. Nothing. Yeah, and I saw your message. All of them are gonna be mines. Very cool though. Very cool. So it looks like you're keeping this area pretty flat then. So are you going to continue keeping it flat, and then I'm guessing you'll still have an entrance to a mine here. Do you plan on still putting a mine entrance out this direction as well, or is it going to be is it going to have to be positioned differently because of the height restriction? Okay, gotcha. All right. So that will go lower than this. It's just not lower yet. Well, I think you've won the contest for tallest tower in the game. Since you're practically going to be, as far as I can tell, are you going to take the ivory tower all the way to bedrock? I mean, I know you're not going to be mining at this level, but like, are you taking the ivory tower all the way to bedrock? And then all the way to build height as well, or just all the way down? And then if you go all the way to all the way to build height, this will be, I mean, negative 64 to negative, I think it's 264 or something like that. So you're not going quite to build height. Oh, on top of the mobs, but how high does that go? I guess I'm sure you could go to build height if you wanted to. Still, that would be an insanely tall tower. At that point, it's not a tower, it's just a beacon. Mob farm is at 163. Okay. So if you really tried to, maybe you could, but it might not be worth it at that point. I mean, you've done so much already. It's honestly just like, I'm glad that I don't have as much ambition as you do. The drop is 20. There are 3 layers of 3 plus 1, so 190. Okay. 190, and then your apartment will probably be 4 blocks high from ceiling to roof. So let's just say 6 blocks. So you're probably looking at 120. Sorry, 200 being your cap. Making a forever world. Hey, if you stream it, I'll watch it. My biggest issue is that I'll play single player, but I prefer playing on servers with people. I prefer that. Your apartment may need to be a bit higher. Okay. Give yourself room to have all that stuff beneath you. It'd be cool if this server like could just last forever. Yeah, like it's starting to get pretty. Oh, I can see all your mines. I see all your mines. I opened my map and I can see all of them. It's pretty quiet over at Deep Rend as well, just because like I'm 2,000 blocks away from anybody, and then the two people that I play with that are nearby me are don't ever get on. Like Robert only gets on when I ask him to. Garrett hasn't been on much recently at all. So it's just like I'm just kind of alone up there. Many people not logging in anymore. Yeah. Robert said that people tend to log in more when um just like when Doc gets on because this is Doc's server, people are here mostly because of him. And so I built the dungeon that I built because I'm trying to influence Doc to come back sooner because other people still haven't like nobody's claimed area 1 or 2, I think, in the dungeon. Or somebody's claimed 2, they haven't done anything yet. So that's still waiting a little while. So I built my own dungeon to try to get Doc back sooner. Yeah. So my goal is to try to engage Doc here as much as possible, but then me making dungeons will also get me my own, people viewing and people seeing what I'm doing as well. So I'm trying to hit it from both ends. And then when he does our group dungeon, it'll be even better. Yeah, that's an issue. Like I've noticed that on this server with, certain people who've come on and then just, they just beg for everything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always in position where like and I noticed that you're a similar way where I always want to try to help people get set up so that so that they keep playing, keep hanging out, that kind of stuff. Um and so I've had to, remind myself to back off on doing that. I've noticed that you're also a very helpful person, so I can understand, getting a little bit. You've been typing for so long, you went AFK. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I could ever just at this stage of things get into Satisfactory just because eh, it looks like a fun game. I feel like, I that's probably the kind of game I'd complete it once and then be done. I mean, there's other ways to play, but yeah, that's a lot of the people that the one of the reasons why I've so I have this other server that I play on occasionally, Exilecraft, and I had stopped playing there for a while because nobody was ever online or doing anything, and I literally, I went in there, I did a whole stream, I let them know ahead of time I was going to be there, and so then people showed up. Well, sorry, I told people I was going to be there like 2 days in advance, and then one person showed up, and then it was him telling me, "Oh yeah, these people, nobody's ever on, nobody's really online anymore, and it's been really everybody's been busy." And just like, okay, so it's a dead server, and we're just trying to, you know, keep it going and keep it limping along. It's just, I'm not okay with that. I don't want to be part of that. I'm good. But yeah, I, I would love to. I'd like to go in and complete it once, just to do a run through and understand the game more, so that when my dad and my brother talk about it, I understand what they're saying. But I really don't care to play the game much. Like I've tried to, I just haven't. And they had to extend the the time frame for the server because the server went down for the video that they were going to make because the server went down and I wasn't able to log in. So that just delayed me working on it even more. So, and it's possible. I would be fine playing on it, but I couldn't guarantee that I would be able to keep up on it. So, I like I'd be okay playing it, but I just can't guarantee that I would come back and play consistently. And that's where I struggle. Like I don't want to go all in at the beginning and then just not come back. Because here I keep coming back partially because of the time investment and partially because it's actually a good server with the people who are here consistently being fun to talk to, fun to spend time with. The burnout's starting to clear away. Yeah, I just don't have like I think one time after I played that first stream of Satisfactory, one time I wanted to go back and play again. Um, but like so I played one stream, of Satisfactory where I was rated by Doc, and then I played one stream with Doc, and honestly, playing with Doc is what kind of made me not want to go to do it again because I went in wanting him to kind of teach me, and that was the premise that Robert kind of brought me in on, saying, "Hey, he's going to teach you to play Satisfactory," and then I just stand there twiddling my thumbs while Doc was doing everything. I'm just like, I want to play the game, I want to be a part of it, but you're not. You're just doing things. You're not explaining what you're doing. You're not, telling me what I can and can't do or whatever. You're just going, and I was having a hard time keeping along with it. So that's why I haven't really gotten back into it. It's just because I don't know. I lost interest after that. So anyway, I'm going to start heading towards my dungeon so that maybe you can be able to see that. Whether on stream or if you want to follow, either way, it doesn't matter to me. But I'm gonna head that direction, and yeah, I'm sure he would be. He seems to enjoy Satisfactory quite a bit. Although I think he mentioned that he was feeling a little burnt out too, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I imagine it'll be more fun that way. It's like I like Minecraft because it is completely open. You do whatever you want to do. Your goals are your own. And I like Satisfactory to the point where, at a certain level because of the constant direction, but the fact that, you know, and whenever you log in, it's the same goal. It's just how you complete it or how in depth you go with your factories um that changes. I guess you could say Minecraft is a similar way because, defeating the Ender Dragon, defeating the Wither, all that kind of stuff is pretty constant. But I don't know. It's two very different games with two very different. I have not seen anything of Whitestone. I don't know anything about him, to be honest. I've seen some of Doc showed me a short he made of Mega Meaty Bacon Man building crazy stuff. Like he built the robotic looking Doc character or whatever, and so I remember seeing that. So I've seen some of Mega Meaty Bacon Man's. Oh gosh, dang it. 20 www. What does that mean? Okay, I'll go take a look at it at some. I'm not gonna do it right this second because I've already spent a lot of the stream talking. I want to get some movement. You know, I go to your base often enough. I feel like anybody who consistently watches me play would start thinking that this was my base instead. Man, I've worked so hard on this base. Okay, so my render distance must not be very good because I can't even see your tower from your base. We're gonna go fix that right now. Render distance 32 chunks. Simulation distance 32 chunks. I still can't see it. I don't have any I have the only thing I have that adjusts my graphics is my distant horizons. No, I don't have distant horizons. Hmm. Oh look. You know, I actually didn't this time. I was looking at the like my level because I remembered we were like 83 or something like that. So I just waited until I was at the right height. Sorry, it wasn't 83. It was somewhere less than that, but I was still waiting for the right time. Well, I'll look into that. I usually don't need it because I live underground. Okay, would it be quicker? It would be quicker to go to my base and then get a horse and go back towards the... Or would it? How far to shop portal? Oh, it's only 500 blocks. Okay. Okay, so that sounds like the... oh, that takes me to spawn. That's not what I want to do. So that sounds like a reason not to have the distance on because there are so many like if you look at my map here, I just have random bits that aren't loaded or that don't have anything rendered just in the middle of things. Oh, and I love looking at the overworld map, like on my mini map when I'm running in the Nether, because it shows you where you're positioned in the overworld in the Nether. This is so weird. Yeah, I haven't done any real exploring since no, for quite a while, honestly. I oh, well, guess she's gone. But anyway, I haven't done any real exploring for quite a while. Like I was looking for a desert temple and an outpost. Yeah, I don't know. I've enjoyed doing that, but I mostly enjoy mining now because the travel doesn't really hit me the same way anymore. Anyway, I was going to make a shopping district over through this portal, um, but now I have my dungeon here instead. I'm terraforming the land and adding some trees and stuff. Yeah, I actually just got the silence trim, so I have the silence armor trim now. I just got that from searching. Um, Anyway, this is my dungeon. I just got that from searching the second ancient city, is what I was going to say. Anyway, it is suspended over a chasm. There is chains attached to it, and it's basically just like an old crypt, but just a very large crypt. So, this is my dungeon. I really want to show off the interior, but at the same time, I want to save it until it's actually done, and, you know, somebody runs through it. Can you leave me alone, dude? Anyway, I spent like 4 hours on this at one night and then another 5 hours the next morning. I can't hit that guy with bread, apparently. Hi. Are we gonna have a problem? Yeah, I actually, I looked up how to do it, but I didn't like any of the samples, so I made it kind of the only way I could imagine, and it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm wondering if I should put a third one on, but I feel like, sorry, a fourth one on, but I feel like the three are good enough. So anyway, like I said, I wish I could take you guys, take you inside, but I can't yet because I do want it to like be like an expose of, you know, Doc doing it either on stream or just in a video or whatever. But I got a bit more work to do to it. I added a bit of a jumping puzzle in there. Oh, I just heard a baby zombie. Oh, he's in the water. Let's help him out. Yeah, that's my plan. I was also thinking of getting creakings and whatnot to put in the forest, but I don't feel like Doc would appreciate that as much as I would. So, anyway, that's that. So now you've seen... Oh, let's get away from that before he destroys my stuff. Which one is this? The iron one? Also the iron one? Also the iron one? Come on. Diamond one. Perfect. And yes, I do plan to move all those horses to Deep Rend eventually, because I plan on breeding them, trying to get an actual really good horse. Because I have two of them that have like a 3.5 block jumping height, and then I have two of them that have the jump height, three of them that have really good run speed, and then two of them that are slower and don't jump as good, but they have really good health. So I want to try to get a combination of the three. Because the ones that can jump really good, I have one that jumps really good but doesn't run very fast. I have two that run really fast. One of them jumps really good, one of them doesn't, but it's not horrible. 4 block jumping skeleton horse to Mega Meaty Bacon Man. They all slow. Yeah, I pretty much have to have like a fast horse because I use my horses to go through the nether. So and it's better to do this than to make a minecart. This is faster than a minecart by like 2 times. At least faster than that minecart system. And the other nice thing is skeleton horses are not breedable. Yeah. What you can do though is if you get a trident, you can put channeling on it, and you can get a horse with the right stats, and you can turn it into a skeleton. You just have to be sure you're not breeding it before you do it. Well, behind here is going to be the stables for now. I'm going to shove him back here. He won't get into any trouble back there. It's honestly, I've been debating whether I should make a trident farm just because it's so frustrating. Because I've never even held a trident before, and I would love to have a trident because those look like such fun weapons to use, even though they don't do tons of damage. Oh, I should probably go grab all the other materials out of my ender chest and put it in my boxes. But there's ways to spawn to farm Mr. Purple. Dude, I was blue before. This is an improvement. So you can just take that attitude and go somewhere else with it. Good night, Adresteia. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Let's try this then. The problem is I can't dim this. It can only be bright. That's a little bit better. Let's try... Ah! A new guest on the premises? Who's that? When I used all my diamonds to show off. A dog? What dog? Wandered in this morning. A big wild one. Interesting. Where is my ender chest? Calling him Scar. And who's taking care of him? Oh, it's literally right here. You think he'll stick around? He's courting Freya. Okay. Some random dog comes along, and of course he goes after the one dog who'll bite his tail off. Good lord. Jumped in the fence twice. Well, that's not good. Garrett's gonna have half-wild demon dogs. Demon puppies before long. Oh, she bite at him? Did she bite at him? Oh, good. Oh, just a couple nips. That's my girl. Good dog. There's just so much to do here. He does not like male dogs. Cricket's been escaping, and he was pretty tolerant at first, but he got really rough with Cricket when he wouldn't back off. How is he with people? Like you said, he's a wild dog, so how is he with humans? I mean, he could still be a wild dog and have been previously owned. He's a dream with people. Okay. Well, keep him around. I mean, why not? What kind of a dog is he? Can you tell? He's learned his name already? Sounds like a pretty smart breed. Or just call him Boy, and he just comes at Boy. Yellow lab, smaller than Freya. Okay. Labs are usually very well-tempered, so I wouldn't be too concerned. I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm guessing he's probably older if he's been in some fights and, you know, is still around. I'm guessing Sammy probably would be a bit much for him if he's not liking Cricket, because Cricket is about as hyperactive as Sammy is. I mean, yellow labs are sweet dogs. I mean, I would probably have a lab if I'd probably own a lab if I didn't own Goldens. I mean, I still remember Fritz. I'm just trying to imagine, like, if this dog sticks around, what you're gonna do with it. Because guaranteed, like, if I show up and he sticks around, I'm probably gonna claim him. If nobody else does, I mean. Perfect yard dog doesn't care about chickens, isn't excitable. Then there has to be someone looking for him. Like, I mean, even dogs who have been out for a while and been in fights, you know, sometimes they'll have families who are looking for them. Well, I guess that's not necessarily true. I mean, maybe they got rid of him or whatever, or couldn't take care of him anymore, so they just let him loose and figured, oh, he'll figure it out or he'll die. Maybe for an abuse situation, who knows? But he's good with people, so that doesn't... Then again, I've heard of Goldens who are abused, and they'll still be great with people even then. So that's not necessarily a predictor. We have a pack of wild dogs running around since we moved here. Haven't seen him personally, and he was alone, so who knows? It might be one of those, like, he's... It might be that he doesn't fit in with the pack because he's not as aggressive as they are. Who knows? Gonna get yourself a new beagle, eh? Is that the plan here? I can barely see. There we go. That's a little bit better. I turned my brightness all the way up, and it's still not quite enough for getting the whole deep dark. It was just interesting. Like, this pack of wild dogs just lives here on our property now. When I heard them yipping, they woke me from a dead sleep. I ran outside and saw them super far away. Huh. They are very dumb, but they are very lovable. Like, I really liked Harper. I think we just didn't bond well because, like, I think I just wasn't ready for the responsibility of taking care of him. So, like, even when I did have him, like, when he was considered, like, my responsibility, I just didn't really put in the time or effort to really take care of him properly. So I'm glad that he eventually, like, you know, latched onto you and that you took that on because I just wasn't giving him what he needed. Even though I know he was like the family dog. He wasn't my dog. Yeah. And now, like looking back, now I want a chill dog to play with. A chill dog to lay around, I mean. Which is one of the reasons why it was so hard for me having Sammy, and Sammy's still so young. He'll grow out of it eventually, but... Yeah, go away. There we go. Like, for me right now, Greyhound, biggest lazy couch potato ever made. I don't remember what Greyhounds look like. Let's look that up. Greyhound images. Oh, they're the ones with the really narrow faces. They have very cute faces, but they're very narrow looking. I've met one once, and it was super sweet. Very sweet. I mean, I like the dogs that have very wolfish features. Like, that's one of the reasons why, like, I struggled with the idea of getting a golden at first, because their ears were floppy. Because I like perky-eared dogs. But now I love my dogs, and I wouldn't have it any other way, you know? Dogs do that. Yeah, they do. They do. I, I've never met a dog that I don't like. Like even with Freya, like you know, she did not want me there. She let me know she didn't want me there, and I still wanted to just pet her and love on her, you know. And I remember Harper, he used to growl at me whenever I tried to like you know to like cuddle up with him or play with him or whatever because he just didn't want me. He just wanted me to leave him alone. Okay, you sent me a picture. I'm guessing that's on Discord. My face is half gone. Oh boy. I didn't realize my face was disappearing. Let's go ahead and see if we can fix that. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That's the brightness. So, interesting. Brightness goes up, and some of that goes away. Very interesting. We'll stick with that for now. Anyway, I'm opening up that picture now. Oh my goodness, he's gorgeous. He's a gorgeous boy. Honestly, he looks like he might have a little bit of golden in him with that coloring, but just because he has a similar coloring to Indy and Sammy, like that reddish color. But yeah, he's definitely very lab. I love the look of him. He's a cute dog. So he likes people then, huh? I feel like it's unfair of me to talk about how cute he is and then not show him on stream. Let me So that's what I'm looking at. For anybody who's looking who wants to know what we're talking about, that's what we're talking about right there. Very very cute looking dog. Not quite white around the muzzle yet, so he's probably just shy of 6 years. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and close that again. There we go. Very cute dog, though. Very cute. Well, I might, if he's still around and you guys don't want him, I might have a third dog. That might be a problem. Halfway between Indy and Freya. Okay, I don't remember Freya being exceptionally large. I thought she was similar in size to Indy, but then again, I was never really able to get near Freya. So you would be able to assess that better than I would. Like my perspective was that she was similar in size to my dogs. Where is 70? Last I weighed her before like after she had puppies last time, she was 48 pounds. Her weight might have gone up or down since then. I am honestly not sure because she's not had an official like weigh in. But yeah, last time she was 48 pounds. Sammy I've never had weighed, which, whenever I get him in to be fixed, I'm gonna ask them to weigh him just so I know. But as far as I know, in Missouri, you don't have to license your dogs, which here in Michigan you do. So, is that correct? Am I remembering that correctly? Because if I don't have to license him, that would be amazing. Because a part of the licensing is like rabies shots and all that, and yeah, you have to get a license for your dog, and if you have too many dogs, then you have to have a kennel license. Then the kennel license requires that you have certain amenities in place to take care of your dogs. However, the only person I know of who had enough dogs to need a kennel license was inspected, was found in complete violation of every single law, and then was still allowed to just keep going, and they gave him the license anyway. So I'm like, okay, so what's the point if you don't enforce it? What is the point? That's just we want more money, so we're gonna charge you more. We're gonna charge you for stuff that everybody else gets to do for free. Gotta love the government. This is why the federal government needs to be a quarter of the size, put things back to the states. I'm gonna leave that there. I scared off Mega Meaty Bacon Man the other day by talking about how we're a republic and all that. Laws prevent puppy mills. Okay, good. 15-ish years ago, they tore down the whole industry. Yeah, puppy mills are still a thing in Michigan because people can still do it under the table. If you're found out and they can prove that you're abusing the dogs, then you can get in trouble for it. But it's really hard to prove, even though people do it. Yeah, in a lot of states you need to make sure like there's actual punishment for crimes. That's the problem. So many laws and licenses and all that stuff is made to get people to not abuse the law, but then you don't ever enforce the law. So how are you supposed to expect people to respect the laws if the laws aren't enforced when all you do to get the laws to be enforced are create more laws and create licensing and all that stuff, which doesn't help. It just doesn't work. Welcome to this political talk show you guys all signed up for. I know what I'm doing when I turn 50 and I can't do Minecraft anymore. Let's... Oh, okay. There's a bunch over there on the wall. Perfect. And this is how I fix my tools when I'm working, and I don't want to stop working. I just take a break and get rid of a bunch of skull. There we go. Come on. There we go. This is just way too much. Skulk. Nobody needs this stuff. At least not this much of it. Alright, well, I at least got that fixed. Alright. If it wasn't Instabreak, I honestly I wouldn't even settle in the Deep Dark. Because getting rid of the Skulk alone would be a lifetime of work. I told Adresteia when she was online, like, she was showing me her base, and she's taken that tower all the way down to, like, -54 now. And I told her, I am so glad that I'm not as ambitious as you. Like, I mean, I could have done a similar thing. Actually, I was planning on doing a similar thing where I wanted all this all to just be a crater. I wanted Deep Run to be at the bottom of a crater. And I decided not to do that because it was too much work. I feel like if it were her in the same position, she would have done it. Okay. I need to get up here. Oh man, this is a whole fixture I'm gonna have to cut down. Let's fix up the axe while we're getting rid of all this. By the way, how inconsiderate of my sister to get married on the day that Dad was supposed to be here helping me pack up and get out of here. How inconsiderate of her to plan that ahead of me leaving. Yeah, Dad told me, like, I'm gonna be at a wedding, I won't be able to come. Like, oh. I'm gonna guess whose wedding that is. Well, congratulations to her, you know, it's a long time coming. It needed to happen. The guy's been freeloading with my sister long enough. About time he tied the knot with her. Okay. I mean, is this number 3 for her? This is number 3, right? I think it is. Pretty sure. Okay, well, that's 1 for me, 1 for Britta, 3 for her. So that's over half. Your math needs a little bit of work. Ah! Gosh dang it. Now you need to get back up there. Okay, fine. Fine. I was just thinking of the kids. There we go. Well, if my only goal in life is to make sure that I don't have as many as she does, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think you're. I don't think you're allowed to comment on it. I mean, you're allowed to comment on whatever you want. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad, but it depends on whether you're looking worried about getting in trouble with me or trouble with Christy. As far as I'm concerned, I have the license to say whatever I want now. I'm gonna run out of space here, aren't I? And both from the woman's side. Is that correct? I don't really remember much about hers, but I remember she said a lot of things. Oh boy. Well, I'm almost maxed out. Might as well go dump. Now I gotta get back up there and get rid of that somehow. I've been seeing a lot of stuff coming out about the portal in the Deep Dark opening. Um, that's one of the reasons why I left my Deep Dark portal up and in place, because it's possible to destroy those blocks. It's just very time consuming, and I wanted to get rid of them because it's just such a pointless structure for me right now. But if they're talking about it opening, then I want it to stay right where it is. If they ever actually open it, I'm going to be at the forefront of that, my dude. Like, I mean, it's literally like a centerpiece in my base, although you never see it and you never think about it. It's right there. It's right there. It's not on center though. That's the problem. Like they had a 2 block center. Sorry, no. What was it? They had a 1 block center for the actual ring, and then a 2 block center for this. And I have a 1 block center for my base. So this doesn't fit anything. Fortnite where they launched the rocket. Yeah, I've seen a few live events now. This yeah, they better blow my if they blew up everything in proximity to the portal, on if it was invaded, I would totally invite the whole server to just come in and fight for deep rend or whatever. That would be insane. But like there's this one guy I follow on YouTube who's been putting out content constantly about, oh my goodness, they're gonna open it, and like, you have nothing concrete, dude. Stop saying stuff if you don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. There we go. Like, I need to get this server. I need to get this base done so that people can like come here and actually have something to defend. Save the villagers! I have probably 3 dozen villagers that I need to make homes for. I need to build shops for. Oh, jeez. Just bring Scar in with you. I wonder what Scar is even eating. I don't imagine he eats much. Okay, guys, I got about 20 minutes before I need to hop off, get some dinner, and get ready for the evening. I have work tomorrow, and I need to make sure that I'm getting as much hours in as possible. Although today I did miss some hours because I had to take off for the maintenance guy coming. So kind of cool that they just had a random dog walk in. I need to get up there and clear all that. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we'll just build up. See if we can get through here. There we go. Okay. Now... The only thing I don't like, so Blackstone is practically instant break when you have haste. Oh geez, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I actually doing? So Deep Slate is not instant break, but Blackstone is, and Stone is, and Tough is, but Deep Slate, nah, it's not instant break. That's the only thing that makes it difficult to build out of this stuff, because then it's like, okay, if I want to change it, it's going to take twice as long to... It's going to take twice as long to take it back down as it will to build anything else. Let's try this again. Don't fall this time. I hit something, but there was nothing above my head. There's just... The only thing I wish about the Deep Dark is that it had more, you know, like hills and valleys to it. I know technically, like, oh, it was all handmade at one point, so therefore of course it would all be on flat land. The logic doesn't escape me here. It's more the wish for something more organic. Jeez, got some like hair on my nose or something. It's making my ugh. I have to get used to that when I move to Missouri. I'm gonna have my dogs back, and they shed like crazy. And then I'm just gonna be covered in dog hair all the time. It's like impossible with golden retrievers not to be covered in dog hair. I mean, there we go. We're finally making a bit of progress, and we'll have to build up over there to get that. But we've got all this. Ooh, I nearly fell. I didn't realize I was digging out under myself. Well, I did realize I was digging under myself. I didn't realize there was nothing underneath me. There we go. Very cool. We're making some decent progress. I'm gonna have to go shower again, because after cutting my hair, I decided to shower, and then I decided to cut my hair. So now I have hair on my shoulders after cutting my hair. And it's just prickling, like, non-stop. So I'm going to have to take a second shower today and change my shirt. Because if I just leave it on there, if I just put my current shirt back on, then it's going to have hair on it again. So it sucks, because I love this shirt. Oh well. That's the downsides of not getting it done professionally. If I had gotten my hair cut professionally, they would have taken care of that for me. I would not have to go and take a shower just to get it off, because they would take care of that. They wouldn't give me a shower, although that would be kind of spicy. But they would like vacuum off the hair or something, you know, they'd take care of the hair. All right. Okay, so I want to get down there before that all despawns. This is, so oh geez, I'm way out there. I plan to clear this entire area before the end of the stream. We've only gotten this. Now, I did go visit Adresteia, and I did visit my dungeon build. So that took up a little bit of time, but I don't know. I feel pretty happy with the progress we've made. I only have like 13 minutes left on my stream for today. I usually only get like 2 hours to stream because I get home from work and then by the time I get done showering and getting dinner, it's already 6 p.m. And then if I stream past 8, then I don't have time to basically rest or relax at all before going to bed. Because I usually have to go to bed by 9 in order to have enough sleep by 5 a.m. to wake up and get ready for work again. So there are big downsides to working 10-hour shifts. And then streaming right after. It's just, if you want personal time, sorry, you don't get it. And I used to do that. I didn't wasn't words. I wasn't able to stream at the same time, but I did at one point, work that 10-hour shift with kids, and it's even harder then because then you don't get the option to just go and rest. You have to go take care of the kids. So at least I didn't have the option because, with my living situation, my wife wasn't really doing very much at the time. So I was kind of stuck. But anyway, so I got about 10 more minutes. So I'll hang out for another 10 minutes, get a little bit more done here, chat for a little while longer, and then I'm going to hop off, get something to eat before bed, and get some rest. And then I'm going to be back here streaming again tomorrow at, it's 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to start trying to think of it in Central Time because I'm going to be in Central Time here pretty soon. In case you missed that part of the stream, I'm going to be moving to Missouri. So Central Time will become the new default. I will be, so I'll be starting my streams. It would be it'll still be 6 p.m. Central because I'll likely still get off. It'll be 6 p.m. Central instead of 6 p.m. Eastern because I think the job I'm looking at has the same hours and work schedule just in Central Time versus Eastern Time. So it's probably just going to be 5 p.m. Central, but 6 p.m. Central. But that would be 5 p.m. That would be 7 p.m. here. So I'm technically streaming an hour earlier. This is just a mess. Once you take all the skulk out of this, the structure just disintegrates. No, I don't want popularity. I want quality viewers. That's what I want. I want viewers who like what I have to offer and enjoy watching me play. I don't want to buy views because that wouldn't work. Because in the end, they don't like watching me play. They're there because they get money doing it. And trust me, I've seen the sites where people get paid to go watch things. They'll literally just put a stream up, mute the stream, won't interact, won't do anything, but they get paid a certain number of cents per video or per stream that they watch or listen to this way. So that's why, those buy views companies, they exist, absolutely. And they're very profitable. But it doesn't work in the long run because all it does is build a fake audience. And people will see through your stream. They'll see if your stream doesn't have the energy or the quality to hold its own. Because most streams just won't have that. And they'll think, oh, because I don't have it, I need to compensate by buying views. And then it won't work. Because they don't have what it takes to continue going. They don't have the energy to maintain a real viewership. Sure, they might get a few consistent viewers, people who actually come back and want to relate, but they won't ever get anywhere meaningful. All right. Well, if you guys are here and you've watched to the end of this stream... Oh no, what happened? Scar okay? And by the way, I know you probably named him Scar because of the scars, but in my head, all I can see is the Lion King. That's all I can see. You had to do a bit of running and corralling of animals while your pups... Of course. So what? Scar just avoids the area where my dogs are then? Up we go. Oh. Oh, like with mom and dad? Or in the... Oh, they're in with you. That would be the other option. Ah! Yeah, that wasn't what came to mind first. When you said they were inside, I didn't automatically think of the studio. I don't know why, but... Oh, I just reloaded my shaders. Whoops. I need to, like, unbind that key, because when do you actually ever need to reload your shaders? Alright, well, let's go empty our stuff out. We are hitting the end of the stream. Sammy's done his allotment with his allotment of barks for the day. I've let him... Oh. Yes, that works every time. It works every time. All right. Oh, where did I put the torches? There's the torches. Well, the goal of this stream was to clear all of this side, but we cleared up to here. Cleared all of this. So we made some progress. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out. I've appreciated every minute and every comment. I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to be hopping off to get some dinner and some food. And yeah, you have a great one too, John. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you hanging out. I will see you next time.